Hi everybody, my name is Chastiny and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, grab a chair, tell me your name. If you're a returning member of the family, yes, there are two reviews of the same book. I'm about to explain why. Just stick with me, just go with it. I like her already. We're gonna make this through. Don't worry. Damn it, I forgot her name. Charlotte. Let's appreciate this melanin. So you want to know what happened? I recorded over half of this review without sound, and the way I normally do my reviews, they're supposed to be my reactions to the book as I read them. Hence the title, As I Read. But seeing how, the sound is really low and the quality of the sound is terrible, and I tried to fix it by putting the sound up higher, like times 950 of it, and now there's this annoying little thing going through it. I hate it. And I can't react to this anymore because, I've already read it. It's not genuine. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you my basic review of Ironheart. That's what I'm gonna call this series because I did it twice. I did this twice, y'all. What I did is that I went through my video that I already made, which will be put up in case anybody wants to watch authentic, reactions, and they can get over the sound quality, which I can't do it. That's why I'm doing this. So if you can get past the sound quality and be okay with it, then you can go watch my authentic reactions in the other video that I'm putting out today. But if you cannot, then we're gonna go through basically what I thought, because I just went through, watched my reactions, took notes. Today on my basic review, we will be talking about the Invincible Iron Man Ironheart series, where we follow the origin story of Riri Williams. This book was amazing. I actually really like it. I'm very attached to this book. My knowledge of the MCU is not as great or as extensive as probably yours. Let's face it. Harry Potter is my world. I'm just looking for a new one to dip my toe in. Did watch Iron Man. I like Thor. I've watched, what else is out? The Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. And the only thing I didn't watch the Thor the Dark World one. I mean, I think I've watched it once. But I definitely have not watched Captain America, the original Captain America movie. I don't really like Captain America. I'm not completely fond of Black Panther's T'Challa's father, because I was like, so y'all just won't gonna help all the other black people in the world. By the way, Black Lives Matters, links down below if you want to help, donate, or learn something on your own, just let you know. So that's kind of why it's like, But Black Panther actually addressed that problem, and that's why we have Killmonger. Throughout reading this graphic novel, I realized I probably do know more about this than I think. Oh, I just realized something. We'll come back to that. I probably do know a lot more than I think, because not only do I just passively watch the movies, I also like watching shows like film theory, game theory, anything, video essays that have to do with like comic books and movies in general. I like listening to those, so I do learn stuff. I do know stuff that I would not know if I hadn't watched those other YouTubers. But I didn't think I knew as much. I also didn't think I was as attached to some of these characters as turns out I am. A new Iron Age begins. Clad in her own Iron Man suit, Riri Williams is ready to show the world what she can do as a self-made hero of tomorrow. Her technology just might change the world forever, if she survives that long. But is she ready for all the problems that come with stepping into Iron Man's jet boots? Problem like her first big villain, and the other guy running around as a shellhead, and the laundry list of criminals looking to destroy Tony Stark's legacy. Oh, and all the super teams out to recruit her. It's time for Riri to claim her alter ego of her own. Welcome to the Marvel Universe, Ironheart. In my other video, the first thing I was like, right before I opened the page, the first thing I said, I was like, look, I know she's supposed to be smart and stuff, but do not make her dumb. Do not make this a smart, dumb person. And they did not. They did not make her a smart, dumb person. She is, in fact, a super genius, which I was like, yes, super genius, what? And she's actually getting in trouble on the first page, and the teacher or psychiatrist or whatever he is, he's like, look, guys, the reason your daughter is acting up so much is because she's bored, okay? She's smarter than you, she's smarter than me, she's smarter than half the universe at this point. She bored, and you're trying to get her to sit down and watch Sesame Street? This 5-year-old needs something else to do. Another thing that I picked up within the first like 5 pages was cursing. I liked it. I was like, oh yay, there's cursing in here. Because at one point someone was like, I thought this happened only in New York. Because, you know, monsters are destroying. I know for a fact that Marvel likes to put Easter eggs. So does Disney. Well, Marvel is Disney now, isn't it? And other, like, you know, Pixar and stuff like that. Everybody likes to drop Easter eggs in their stories, and, you know, for people to pick up. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read through this, and I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna look real carefully, see if I see anything out of the norm. And halfway through, I saw a picture of Deadpool in here, like of him looking around the corner, just looking. And I was like, what's Deadpool doing in here? We meet her BFF, who I was like, oh my god, her BFF, her hair is so amazing. Like, it's all nice and braided, how I used to have my hair braided when I was younger. It's so cute. She's super serious. This girl is super serious, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have to work. Mother, I don't want to go play in the park. I have to work. No, I don't want to, you know, play with bubbles. I'm working. Mom, Dad, I'm working. And then her friend comes up and she goes, what you doing? And then she explains, like, oh yeah, I did this, but it needs to be smaller, and I don't have the technology. And the girl's like, you need to name it something. And then she was like, yeah. So they become friends because she's like, what's that? What you doing? Cool. This is a nice, I think her name is Natalie. So Natalie, it's her BFF, you know. They grew up together. They became friends. Because Natalie accepted Riri for her genius and weirdness. Also, you know, a semblance of normalcy in her life. I had made a prediction a little while after meeting Natalie, and it's when Riri is fighting mutants, and I was looking like, why are there monsters in here? Like, I was legit like, why are there like monsters with 3 eyes, big teeth, and just big old monsters everywhere? I was like, why? And then I was like, I bet you this is how they're gonna get like X-Men to join and team up with the MCU kind of thing. I bet you that's how it's gonna be, because I remember watching those little videos about like the cinematic universe and how they were trying to figure out a way to get, you know, X-Men and the Marvel universe together. And I was like, oh, they're gonna make it canon. They said this is why they did that. And that's that little thought that I had earlier in the video where I was like, oh, I was just thinking, because Deadpool has already been in contact with the X-Men, and in fact, you know, that's where he revolves around? Isn't there a time where he was like, yeah, he just wanted to, you know, get away from Colossus and not join the X-Men? And then tragedy hits, and it's a shootout. It's always a shootout. Why is it always a shootout? I'll get to that later. But tragedy hits, and if you want to see the pain on my face of why this tragedy hurt my feelings so early on into this this story. It couldn't have been more than like 10 pages into this story, and tragedy hit, and I was legit ready to cry. Like, I was just like, wait, what happened? So we just gonna just let people die? What? Look, I'm not even attached to nobody. Not really. Not within the first 10 pages. I wasn't attached to anybody. At least I didn't think I was. And then tragedy hits. It was so sad. I was like, what? Like, it hurt me. It really did. Still kind of hurt my feelings, which is weird because I was like, why do I even care? This might be a spoiler. I don't know. I mean, the pictures are already going around, like, on the internet, so I kind of could see it coming because of the picture I saw. This picture right here made me want to even pick up the book in the first place, because I was like, oh snap, look at her. That looks like someone I could be when I grow up. But this picture right here, I should have known that Tony was going to be in here somehow. So Tony has figured out a way to upload his intelligence into an AI kind of thing. So he created an artificial intelligence Tony Stark. If you go look at the other video, you'll see, like, I was going like, no girl, I wouldn't touch that. I don't know what's going on. And then I turned the page and I was like, I'm gonna shut up now. Book formatting, where you would have to, like, normally, you know, start with the left page and you go and you read down. You start with the right page and then you read down. But sometimes in this book, you read all the way across. So you read all the way across and then down, and then all the way across and then down. Like, I personally didn't know that. Like, they never did that in Betty and Veronica, at least not that I know of. So I like the fact that Riri swears to Thor. Like, no one, she doesn't go, oh, I swear to God. No. She goes, oh, I swear to Thor if you don't shut up. And I was like, yes, swear to Thor. That is hilarious. I was like, yep, I like that. I like that she swears to Thor. Okay, because this is an origin story, you gotta figure out where her name came from. And due to her tragic backstory, her heart is broken. Her heart is hurt. And her and Mr. AI over here is trying to figure out what to call her. And then they're like, oh, Ironheart. The reason why, well, you'll have to figure out why it's Ironheart to look in that moment when he's like, Ironheart. And I was just like, yes, that hit it right in the feels. Oh my God. I'm telling you, when I read, I get way too into these stories. I don't care what it is. A good story will get me. Riri has to commandeer someone's laptop, and the dude's laptop that she commandeers in the hallway, yeah, he's totally in love with her. Like, he's like, I can tell it already. If it goes any farther than the 4 books that we already have, oh, he is already in love. He already wants to marry her. The look. I see him. He's like, oh man, she's super smart and she did the thing. Like, yeah, he in love. I don't even know his name. He ain't got no name yet, but I guarantee you he gonna pop up in the next book. He better pop up in the next story, and he better have a name, and that's what I want for the romance. The last thing I noted really that was significant was the fact that Pepper Potts in this book is way cooler than the one in the movie. Like, the one in the movie was, I'm not sure if the one in the movie is annoying because goop, or if she's just annoying because goop. She's annoying because of goop. That's all. That's all I gotta say. So for my final thoughts in this basic review, like I said earlier, it is Riri Williams' origin story about how she became Ironheart. You get to watch her, like, work on her suit, and you get to watch her learn how to use the suit, kind of like what you did with Tony in the first one, where he had to learn how to use the suit. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, you know, she moves on and starts fighting people. Pow, 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 pow. I got really attached really fast to Riri and her friends and her family, and AI Tony is kind of weird, but I was like, oh yeah, these are my people already. I will be giving this 5 stars. The only reason I'm giving this 5 stars is because I did not expect myself to like this that much. I got super attached super quick to these characters, and I'm very impressed that you can do that outside of a novel. And it's not even romance. So I was just like, what? Excuse me? And that's the reason I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I cannot believe how attached I am. AI is artificial intelligence, Tony Stark. And when I first was like, he made himself into an AI, and I was like, yeah, that's completely, totally Mr. Stark. Okay, it's a narcissist. He is so into himself. It does not surprise me that he did it. And then I was like, but how is that even something that you can do? And then I was like, there is a precedent that's already been done. The doctor from Hydra with the glasses, he has already had him self-uploaded as a AI. I was like, it's already been done, so it would, of course Tony would do it. Of course he would. If he could figure it out, of course he would, because then he could technically never die. The one thing about AI Tony is that I did not think I was this attached to Tony Stark from the movies. When he died in Endgames, when he kicked the bucket, I felt like a little inhuman because I was like, yeah, it's okay. Thought I was okay with it. But then he pops back up with his snarkiness, and I missed him. I didn't think I was attached to him like that. I didn't think that I was gonna miss him like that, and I did. I had one major dislike, and it was the backstory for Miss Riri Williams and her tragedy. I'm not gonna tell you who went, but I will tell you that it was a shootout. Every major black character's backstory tends to have some kind of I lost someone I love in a shootout, and I'm like, bruh, I've heard this backstory so many times before. I would have preferred she lost whoever she lost doing something like hellfire being rained down from an alien in outer space, or like, you know, the mutants going and sticking a knife through their back or something like that. I would have preferred that over a shootout, like just a shootout. They were out grilling, doing the cookout thing, boys were playing basketball, everybody gathered around the car, and next thing you know, that pop, 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 and bodies are just flying all over the place. I was like, y'all couldn't think of anything else. I just gave you one example of what it could have been. Could have been building to something bigger, but now it's a shootout. That's her tragic backstory. I was like, that's so overdone. It's so stereotypical. It annoys me because it's like every black person's thing is a shootout, and I don't like the idea of black people always being paired with drive-bys and shootouts. No, I don't like that. So that was my one major thing that I just did not like. It's like they have no imagination when it comes to black characters. Like we're gonna be like, oh, this is familiar. Shootout is not familiar for me. Last but not least, I did have one major thing that I liked about this, and it's that the Iron Man suit was not overly sexualized. Like the Iron Man suit in here, like in the pages, didn't give me like sexy Iron Man bikini or anything like that. It wasn't like all boobs and hips and stuff like that. So I really did like that, and I was really worried about that because they already do like hypersexualized things with women in the comic books, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like seeing that because I'm like, good lord, who in their right mind is gonna wear that? Like when I'm playing Mortal Kombat, or when I'm playing Soul Calibur 2, and my only costumes is for a woman is bikini with leggings. I really like the fact that they did not over sexualize this girl, especially because she's 15. We don't need no hyper sexualized Iron Man suit of her. It would have been weird. And also because, again, Black characters, especially black girls, are always hyperly sexualized. We are not given the opportunity to just be children. As soon as like we hit our double digits, all of a sudden she's fast, she's too sexy, she's grown, she thinks she's grown when she's just a kid, just a baby. This is a baby. She's 15. She's a baby. So I was very happy that they didn't sexualize her. That makes me very happy, and it's a great way to start the story. I've already seen some of the other concept arts in the other books online with Riri where it is sexualized a little bit, where she is cut a little bit. So I don't know. I guess I'll see it when I see it. But right now, I'm like, for this one, I'm very happy that, you know, it's just Iron Man. That's all it is. And the final thoughts. I think you should read this. Not because she's black, even though I will be like, I did pick it up because she's black, because it's Black Iron Man. What? And she's a girl. But I think you should read it because it was good. It pulled me in. I did not want to put it down. In fact, I struggled to find a place at midnight to stop because I knew I had to get up the next day. And I just think that, you know, you should read it. It's a great introduction. It's a great role model so far for little girls. If you have little girls, doesn't matter if she's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, does not matter. If you have a little girl who likes superheroes, this would be a great story for them to read. I like it. I had fun with it. And I'm low-key gonna be like totally obsessed with this girl now. So I have to go find things with her face on it. And you know, maybe Halloween, if I venture out into the real world, I will be Riri Williams for Halloween. So thank you for joining me for this episode of my basic review of Ironheart, where, you know, we met Riri Williams. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If this is the type of review you would like to see more often, you're gonna get at least one more because I messed up again on another one. But if this is the kind of review you would like to see more basic reviews from me, please let me know in the comments down below. Have you read this graphic novel? Do you want to read this graphic novel? How did it make you feel if you have read this graphic novel? I guess, as always, like, comment, subscribe, tell me how you feel, and I guess I'll see you next week. Bye. And I am Ironheart.